Peace, I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. Well, tonight, I found some beautiful shrimp yesterday, and they were kind of expensive, so I only bought about 2 pounds, and I had them myself. And I've been thinking all day, because they're like gold. What's the best recipe? But the thing that I'm craving the most is just boiled shrimp, just Cajun boiled shrimp. I'm gonna have potatoes and corn with it. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna season my water. I have everything prepped, so I wanted to bring you along. I haven't done this in a while, but it should be a lot of fun, and I'll show you my dipping sauces and everything, so I'm so excited. So I hope you enjoy the video, and thanks for being here. I'm going to show you the shrimp. I forgot what size they're called. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to leave you could also peel them. I'm going to leave the peelings on, and this is what I'm going to boil first. We're going to season our water, so let's go some of this. But for 2 pounds and then corn and potatoes, I'm going to use the rest of this bag. This is Cajun Choice. It's my favorite brand. And if I need extra, I have some in this jar. But my water's already boiling, so we're going to go ahead and put the seasoning in. And we're going to test it also. You could also sprinkle the shrimp after they're boiled. We'll see how they taste after they're done. And the first thing you're going to do is boil your corn and potatoes, because those take the longest. So I'm going to put my celery in here, and my lemon. I just cut a lemon in half, and I have this is not your ordinary ingredient, but I like to add that. You know, I add it to everything. And I'm going to use a whole red onion. You could use any onion you like. And this seasoning has garlic, red pepper, salt already. It has all that in it. It's very good. Here, I'm trying to find my other pieces of onion. I just put them buried in this bowl. See, that's what I have left. And this is the Green Giant niblets, and they're called extra sweet, and we just love that corn. Okay, so I'm going to let this boil for a second, and I'll be right back. I'm going to test the water and make sure it's not too salty or too spicy. And it seems alright. It's got the right amount of salt, right amount of heat, and it is a little spicy. So you want to watch that when you use those ingredients or that Cajun chefs. But this is I cut the potatoes up about like this, but you want to start with and the potatoes are going to take a lot of the seasoning. And I like to boil my corn a little while. So I'm going to put all my potatoes in here, my corn. And the potatoes and corn help stretch out your meal, help fill you up when you don't have as many shrimp. But we'll get a good, I've been craving them. And crawfish, there's crawfish seasons right now too. So I think one day I'm going to get some crawfish, but I'm not going to cook them. I'm going to buy them already cooked, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to video and show you how we eat them and what they look like and all that good stuff. But I'm not going to do like a mukbang or anything. I'm not into that. But I could eat just the corn and potatoes. So I'm bringing this back up to a boil, and then we'll work on the butter and garlic sauce. And I'm going to use a good butter. This is one of my favorite butters. And I'm going to use salted butter. And I've just put my fire on medium. I'm going to melt these a little slowly. And then I'll show you how much garlic I like to add. And I like to add fresh garlic. But you could also add garlic powder. Sometimes I even add both garlic powder in. And I like to dip the shrimp and the corn and potatoes in the butter garlic sauce. It probably wouldn't be that fattening if I didn't dip it in the butter and garlic sauce. But the shrimp, the shrimp, you can eat those cold. You can eat them hot. They're good either way. You can make a shrimp salad. There's all kind of things you can make once they have them boiled. There's a lot of recipes. But I chopped a lot. Well, my husband chopped a lot today, so I'm not going to use all this, but I'm going to use quite a bit. I can't really tell you. That's probably a whole clove of garlic that I'm going to use today. And it's probably going to, hopefully that's enough sauce. I think it's enough. But see, it's already starting to melt. And I probably will add a little bit of garlic powder just to make sure. So I'm gonna simmer this for a little while. Sorry about the banging. And you can see my pot. I have to bring it back up to a boil. But this should take about, I like my potatoes pretty tender. It should probably take about 15 minutes. So I'll be back. You see it's simmering a little bit. I hope you can see that. I'm gonna put it on low. I'm just gonna let it simmer just a little while. I don't want to brown my butter or anything, but I just want to get the garlic infused really well with the butter. You like it, you want it to foam up just a little bit like that. Anyway, that's how I do it. And I did add a little garlic powder off camera, and I added a little bit in this pot too. Don't tell anybody. Oh, okay, I decided I'm going to add one more stick of butter just to make sure we have enough sauce to share. We like to have our own bowl. Got it up to a boil again, so I'm going to put my timer on for I think 14 minutes. And I might put my shrimp in right before the potatoes are done, but I'll show you. Because shrimp do not take long. I'm going to turn the fire off here, but on the middle, I never remember to use this middle thing on my stove, but it's to keep things warm. And I want to keep the butter warm, but I don't want to burn it. So I'm just going to put this on the warm eye, I guess is what you call it. And wipe up my mess. It kind of splattered. But here's the pot. That's what they look like. Smells really good. It's not too spicy or it'd be choking. Another sauce I like to use, and I'm the only one that usually eats this one, but it's just the new ingredient that I've never tried. I like cocktail sauce, but it's not my favorite, but I bought some of this, and this is really good. I'm going to be using this in some recipes, but I'm going to get just a little bit of too much. Just a little bit of that. It's good. And then I'll take a little bit of mayo. And I don't want to make too much. I also dip my potatoes in it too sometimes. Put that in the sink. Also put a little ketchup. Most people just put mayonnaise and ketchup. I like to add just a little bit of other things. And I like a little bit of hot sauce. I like it kind of spicy. Add that. And I also, I love horseradish, but I'm the only one that eats it, but I like to eat it with my mushrooms, so I'm going to add some horseradish, about 2 teaspoons. Let's see what else do I have. A dash of this. I'm not going to say it. I've been saying it. I say it wrong, but that's okay. And a little tiny bit of this. Oh, just pinch my finger. And it's almost time to put the shrimp in. Just a little bit of that. And then I give it a little stir. I love this with crawfish too. Looks pretty, doesn't it? So let me give it a little taste. Oh, it's so good. It needs a little dash of hot sauce. But if you've never tried this kind of dip, try it. It's so good with seafood. Okay, so let's get back to the pot. Potatoes are really just about ready. I don't mind if they're really soft. So I'm going to just dump my shrimp in very carefully, because you can burn yourself. And let me give it a stir. Now, some people say 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I like them to get a little flavor, but the most important thing is, if you overcook them, they'll be very hard to peel. So you have to get them just right. It's a timing thing. And I'll show you what they look like once they're done. The skin comes up a little bit from the meat, the shell, I'm sorry, the shell. I can't talk today, but y'all are used to that. I'll be back when it comes back to go ahead and take the corn out. So that would be easier to take my shrimp out. And the corn doesn't take long at all. I just like to boil a long time to get the seasoning in. And it's this corn, it is so my favorite. I even can eat them cold out of the refrigerator. I like them so much. Let's see, I think that's all the corn. But you can see, let me show you. See, they're turning colors already. It's already... Then see, my potatoes are really done. I probably should try to fish some of those out too. And you can eat the onions. Some people do. I generally don't. I got my potatoes maybe a little bit overcooked, but that's kind of how I like them. So I'm just going to fish some of those out and I'll be back. Okay, these have been going, well, they came back to a rolling boil and they've been going about 4 minutes. But I can see the skin coming up a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. And I have a big bowl here with my colander. I'm sorry if you can't see that well, but you don't want to overcook them because they'll be hard to peel. But we did test one and they're delicious, and it's not too salty. But every time I eat boiled seafood, I tend to swell a little bit. And I did overcook the potatoes just a little bit, but that's okay. They're still delicious. And it's going to be, yeah, I'm going to show you close up when they cool off what I'm talking about. If it'll show on camera, I'm not really sure if it will. But I go ahead and pull everything out, turn my fire off. Make sure you get every single one of them. But these are so pretty. And I'm going to sprinkle a little seasoning on top of them. And I should have pulled out the lemons and stuff separately, but I didn't. Here's one more. But I will pick them out and put them in my tray. See, I got some potatoes left in here. Oh, there's one little one. I remember that one. I got a bad one. Okay. So let me let this cool for a second and organize in my pan, and I'll show you how we're going to season it. I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but you can see the skin. I keep saying the skin. It's the shell. I'm just not with it today, but the shell, I don't know if you can see, but I want to give you a close-up, and that's when you can tell they're ready. Here they are. Now, I'm going to take just, I lost my seasoning. Oh, it's behind me. A little bit of this, the one I always use, and I'm not going to put too much, but I'm just going to, and the potatoes have plenty of salt. But I like just a little tiny bit extra on the shrimp. Even there, I mean, you could totally leave this out. I think it just tastes a little bit better. I'm gonna stir them around a little bit, and I put a little parsley, as you can see. But you don't want to put too much because you know my butter is salted as well, and it's gonna be so garlicky. It's been sitting in that garlic. Oh, and speaking of that, I need to turn my stove off. Thank y'all for reminding me. Just this is probably like maybe a fourth of a teaspoon, if that much. Just a tiny bit. That's it. So now we'll do a taste test, and I'll show you both sauces. Taste test. I'm so excited. I have not had boiled shrimp in so long. Oh, and I didn't. I said I had them because these were fresh. And sometimes I use the shrimp out of the store that are frozen, but it's just not the same flavor. But I got these at the grocery store. And they were a little pricey. That's why I only got a little bit to cure my craving. But I just want to show you how easy they peel. Watch, now I'm going to be a liar. Well, my hands are slippery. That one's not peeling as well as I thought. I can't grab it. Let me try the other one. I know they're easy to peel because we already did it once. That one's just sticky. And you can... you might want to put a bib on when you eat these because the dip or sauce, whatever you like to call it, drips a little bit. So I'm going to just hold my plate and do a taste test. Mmm. So delicious. Now, I don't know why this one's giving me so much trouble. And you don't even have to have a sauce. No, what the? Why is it fighting me? I did not overcook them. Sometimes I like to peel them and devein them before. Okay, now I want to try this sauce. I'm going to eat the whole thing. Mmm. They're perfectly seasoned. Perfectly cooked. They're so delicious. I hope you enjoyed my little Cajun seafood boil. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. And I figured it was time for a Cajun recipe because it had been a while. But thank you, friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye.